I reject them following me around in a car, following my car around. I reject them saying that they're coming for me, that I need to beg for mercy.
School boards are under attack on par with domestic terrorism? Let me explain. In a letter to President Biden, the National School Boards Association said the government must put an end to the domestic terrorism threatening school boards across the country. They're talking about the parents' and politicians' pushback over masking policies, vaccine requirements, and teachings on what they call critical race theory. Demonstrators insist they have a right to free speech, and therefore the right to voice their concerns, especially when it comes to their kids' education and everyday life.
The National School Board Association says that this is what a domestic terrorist looks like. That's a problem.
Meanwhile, teachers, administrators, and many liberals supporting these issues are worried about faculty safety.
I've been threatened with emails. I was told that, I'll soon be worm food and I can go whatever.
I reject that when they are using their First Amendment rights on public property, they're also going behind my home and brandishing their weapons to my neighbors, that they're making false DCF claims against me to my daughter, that I have to take a DCF investigator to her play date to go underneath her clothing and check for burn marks. That's what I'm against, which is a credible threat.
So are the demonstrations at these school board meetings going too far? The Department of Justice thinks so. In a statement, Attorney General Merrick Garland responded to the spike in tension, saying, while spirited debate about policy matters is protected under our Constitution, that protection does not extend to threats of violence or efforts to intimidate individuals based on their views. With that, he's launching an effort to stop the behavior, ordering the FBI and U.S. attorneys' offices to meet with federal, state, and local law enforcement to create strategies for managing the threats. Also new, a federal task force to figure out how to prosecute the threats of violence that qualify as federal crimes. And finally, school officials will get special training so they know how to handle it all. But critics maintain that while violence is of course criminal, harassment, intimidation, and threats are not clearly defined in Garland's memo and could easily allow for law enforcement to just trample on the First Amendment.
I'm not aware of anything like this in American history. We're talking about the FBI. You're using the FBI to intervene in school board meetings. That's extraordinary.
So are these protests going too far? Should law enforcement be getting involved? What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit the Straight Arrow Bias Meter.